Well, guys, I told you that I would go, and I did. So, let's get into all the fun times that was had during this entire event. That it was pretty cool. It wasn't it. You know what? Hold on. Let's stop skipping first and foremost. So, let's go to the organizers. It was put together by this gentleman right here. His name is Josh, and his homeboy Ant. And it was they had a few people out there. It wasn't gigantic by any stretch of the imagination, but it got really intersectional really quickly, and you guys know how I feel about that. Oh my goodness. They did the whole Black Lives Matter thing, say her name, Breonna Taylor. Speaking of, can we put an end to this whole Breonna Taylor thing? Because her boyfriend got her killed. Her boyfriend shot at the cops first. Okay? Like that, I'm sorry, but it sucks that she ended up, being killed, but I've seen Belly, so it is what it is. It's part of the game. That's one of the things that's really irritating about a lot of the super left stuff is that there are consequences for your actions, okay? Like, there has to be consequences for your actions. And to sit here and be like, oh, well, no, life should be consequence free. Whew, man, it's one of the reasons I have a hard time getting behind a lot of different, organizations and ideologies. I'm like, if you're familiar with my content, I don't rock any ideology. I just want to do what's right, and by right, I mean, if it's not making sense, then stop it, which is why the drug war means so much to me. But with the Reese's peanut butter cups of intersectionality, it's just like the chocolate continues to get mixed with different peanut butters, and ultimately that like you're either eating all peanut butter or damn near all chocolate, and you're not really, and you're not getting a good flavor of either, so this right here is Jessa. She works with Gabriella, who's an organization that is dedicated to getting to stopping the United States from giving money to the Philippines, because Duterte, their president, he's bonkers when it comes to the drug war. And, so there's a lot of chocolate as well as some peanut butter, but at the same time, one of the things that kind of, struck my ear, that's hot girl summer thing, that struck my ear the hardest was, when the gentleman spoke, right? When Josh and, Ant spoke, neither one of them brought up November 3rd. Neither one of them said, yeah, November 3rd, check yes, vote yes on November. Like, that wasn't their thing at all. And I got into a conversation with this gentleman, Ant, right here. And I'm like, hey, yeah, like November 3rd, it's a thing. Cause I'm not going to speak at your event, right? Like, this is my platform. So this is where I get to voice my opinion and my thoughts on things. I'm not going to sit there and take the mic at your platform, but it just struck me as weird. And he's just like, oh, no, I want it done right now. Everything has to be done right now. I'm like, bro, there's a process to this. And, we've been arguing with these people. Like, take Garden State Normal. The woman that operates Garden State Normal is like, yeah, we were sending all these different letters to elected officials. Like, we're past that point. If you go to the Jay the Gentleman channel, where I have the content about during that time when it was being discussed in the legislature, and I was out there, getting that, all of them. We're past that point now. It should all be about November 3rd. Like, it was so weird, but it's like neither one of them even knew about November 3rd, which struck me as very, very odd. Besides, if I take the mic at your thing, I'm going to be like, yeah, well, let's go in there and demand that Roz Baraka end the drug war. That's right? Like, oh my goodness. But either ways, wubba lubba dub dub, legalize bud. That's fun. But that's, I don't think that's something that Evil Morty would say. I am so familiar with this woman. I remember her from some job with Working Families. I can't remember what it was, but I remember, I think her name is like Hetty or Letty or something like that. There's Dan. I'm gonna clip Dan pitching his book at the end of this video, because once again, go buy his book, Cannabis 101, so you can learn a thing or two about a thing or two. This is what I was talking about with Jessa and the chick and the thing about the Philippines. The U.S. has given about $550 million of your tax dollars to Durute's war on drugs. Um, slash, oh, no, not drugs, poor people, yet Newark does not have clean water. Hashtag, see, and that's the thing that also kind of blows my mind about these, about a lot of these organizations is that like they end up so wrapped up in their own thing, right? Like Newark, like they're doing they're fixing the water lines, like they are in the middle. Like Essex County gave them the money to fix the water lines, and it's so frustrating being at these things and hearing just so much, like wrong, like hold on, like there's a little bit more to it, but they're like, that's the thing about the, like these types of frenzies, they're not really interested in nuance, man. I mean, the soy was palpable, guys. I'm not even kidding. The soy was very, very palpable. You could damn near taste it in the air. Drugs is a war. The war on drugs is a war on people. That was a chant that they got going on. Yeah, and deal is that it's all people. It's why it doesn't need intersectionality. War, the drug war is chocolate. It can stand on its own, right? It doesn't need, because primarily everybody, like every single individual in the sound of my voice and beyond has been negatively impacted by the drug war, whether in ways you probably don't even realize or recognize. There's so much nuance to this thing that we call life that, we've all been screwed over by it. So it's the ultimate in intersectionality. It's so intersectional to a point where it doesn't need, oh yeah, say our name. Oh, Black Lives Matter, which is all over the city of Newark. Whether you recognize that, I don't know if you saw that. Actually made, the day a thing. I went out to, the oil spot and got some Starbucks and, got a new hat. So I was making it a little bit of a day downtown and, like all around the city, you can see Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. And that's Marxism. That's the destruction of the family. That's, that's that matriarchal bend, that it's communism. It's all of these different ideas and ideologies. That young lady, she shrieked for, a good 30 seconds and it was all shrieking. Oh my goodness. It was all shrieking. Here's the march in and of itself. See, that's the thing. They should have CWA out there. If you have CWA or any of the unions, oh man, you'll have all the numbers you need. Like, for real. And here's the thing. This is absolutely nothing against either Ant or Josh. I mean, guys, do your thing by all means. I'm not sitting here trying to criticize, but I know where a lot of this tends to lead to. I know the battle that I've been fighting for the last 8 years, since 2012. I know what I was taking on, and I had an idea of who I would run into and the type of people that I would run into during this journey. And it's sad. It really is how just jacked up the grievance studies and the ideologies, the Marxist and communist ideologies, how deeply seeped they are here in the United States and in my community in many ways. So, this is the war on drugs. Free all nonviolent cannabis prisoners. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah, check out those legs. That, honestly, that was the best thing there too, was old girl's legs. I'm not even fellas, y'all know me well enough. I was definitely peeping. I ate face, but her legs and her abs was on point. I ain't gonna stunt. So yeah, guys, this was it was interesting. It really was. Shout out to all of the organizers that was involved down there. Dan with Hetty, you're gonna hear from him in a second. Happy Monkey, Why Not THC, Newark Water Coalition, all of these guys, all of those right there. Okay, Coalition for Medical Marijuana, Minorities for Medical Marijuana. It's all the intersectionality you could ever ask for. But it just blew my mind, right? It blew my mind that not once there's not even a sign that says November 3rd. How? How are you here talking about decriminalize when we have an opportunity to get the Constitution amended? We're getting a right back. There's something off about that to me for you not to even acknowledge it. Nancy was wrong. Yes, Nancy Reagan, she was wrong. She was very wrong. My goodness. Let me make another run of it right quick. Is because is there anything else that I want to add to just like my thoughts on this? I mean, it was okay. If there's another one, I'll go to that one too, because, but it's at the same time, it's just like, okay, you can focus on this one thing right here. Like, but you kind of, it feels like it cheapens it a bit to me. I mean, no offense to what's taking place in the Philippines by any stretch of your imagination, but I'm an American, man. Like, one of the things that I was telling, Jessa, let's go see her right quick. Cause, I mean, you could tell you could tell she's definitely on the Q side. She could either be Katana or Melina. You can't really tell, right? But one of the things I was telling her was like, isn't that great that here in the United States you can complain about any and everything that you want to? Isn't that one of the better parts here? Because I'm pretty sure because she was explaining to me how over there they can't. Like they can't, they don't have a First Amendment. They can't, they don't have the right to, say, damn near whatever they want outside of yelling fire in a crowded building, or calling for violence. Like they don't have that. They don't have that freedom. And so it like, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, I get it. I appreciate it. But at the same time, there's a lot of people on the same side of the aisle that actually look to take away those freedoms, that actually look to push censorship, that don't want you to have that right or that ability. And that's something that it's something that here in the States, we do take for granted without question. I'm getting into arguments with people, particularly over like the history stuff, because it's like, look, that's our history. It sucks, but there's things going on right now that need to be taken care of. But it is what it is, guys. So, yeah, my whole thing, is ending the drug war. That's it. I want this war gone. It hasn't done anything for anybody. And in the terms of intersectionality, I see it just as the ultimate in such in such an idea of, it really shouldn't matter. None of these differences between us should matter. It is a goal we should all be able to get behind solidly on itself. You don't need to say her name. You don't need to bring up George Floyd. You don't need to bring up Black Lives Matter or my particular grievance. Screw your grievance. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. What I care about is ending this war for everybody. I mean, sorry, law enforcement, you're probably going to be the only ones that catch an L on this, but I mean, I think this is an L that, you'll happily take because because ending the war just in its entirety takes you out of a lot of dangerous situations you wouldn't otherwise be in. I mean, it should be about helping everybody. As the game plan, the strategy should always be save as many or help as many people as possible, but either ways, all that being said, internet stuff, if you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube and Bitchute and Light aren't the biggest. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's a reason this picture's here. The national news has been proclaiming how, Newark is doing so great. Newark is fantastic. We are a model for the nation. You know how much money has been gentrified into Newark? There was no way in hell they were going to allow this to burn, okay? They spent way too much money in Newark off top. There was no way they was going to let it burn. But they're like, oh yeah, Newark, we're doing so great. Nah, fam. Y'all ain't letting it burn down, because this is the view directly across from City Hall. And I was like, oh wait. There's a reason I wanted to get that in there. So shout out to Josh and shout out to Ant for putting it together. I'm gonna leave you guys with Dan pushing his book. So let's start that all over from the beginning. All the internet stuff. If you like it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube and Bitchute and Like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you guys think in the comments? This is it's frustrating. Like, I appreciate their effort. It was a good event for them, by all means. I really do appreciate that. I just find it curious that not one mention of November 4th You know, like they didn't talk about that at all. It was all just, and that's part of the reason I didn't record it, because it's like, oh my goodness, oh my god, I'm such a victim, and it's like, yeah, but not because of the color of your skin. We're supposed to all be here victims because of the drug war, right? Like, come on, man, our victimhoods aren't matching. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments, all right? And until the next one. Oh, wait, no, not until the next one. Here's Dan pitching his book.
To help with the politics of legalization, understand the history of this from the time it was being used by the Chinese to William Shakespeare to the Venetian Republic, Queen Victoria, famous astronomer Carl Sagan. You know, they all enjoyed this plant that saves lives. It's so much better for you, I think, than alcohol and I think in tobacco combined. You know, nobody has ever died of a cannabis overdose. John Belushi. John Belushi's brother, Jim Belushi. I keep getting the mistake.
I got you.
Jim Belushi is like, my brother would be alive if he were a pothead. Famous
believe
like, actor of all those movies from the 80s.
All right, good stuff. All right.
Yeah, everybody knows John Belushi. So his brother is like big in Oregon. So like, it's a great movement that's happening nationwide. I think New Jersey's a little late to it, but we still have the ability to be one of the first 13 states that legalize rec adult use.
Exactly. We can make it in the top half, right?